Hey everyone, Chrissy here from the Creative Eclectic. Happy Tuesday night. Surprisingly, I am right on time tonight. So hope everyone's having a happy day. Happy Monday/Tuesday, depending where you are in the world. I'm having a fabulous day. So I'll just wait a couple of minutes. I thought tonight we could do a craft along. So hopefully we've got a few people who will watch and join in. Everyone's probably surprised that I'm on time. All right. Let's just see who's watching today. If you're watching, make sure you comment and let me know where you're watching from and whether you're crafting along with me tonight. All right. Okay, let's see who's watching. Hello, Kayla Renee. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen you watch me for a while. Hi, Glenda L. Hello, Belinda. Long time no see. You missed all the excitement after you left. I'll talk about that in a minute. Who else have we got watching? Hope everyone's having an absolutely fabulous. Hi, Denise. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. I thought tonight we'd do a little bit of something special. So I thought we'd do a one sheet wonder, but we wouldn't do a card. So all you need if you want to craft along at home is a piece of 12 by 12 paper, your bone folder, your paper trimmer and some adhesive. Hello, Veronica. Oh, lovely to see you, gorgeous. I hope you managed to book in for on stage in Brisbane in March because I want to see you. Hi, Megan. Oh, that's not good, Carla Renee. I'm sorry that you have got the flu. Hey, Marnie. Hope you're doing well. How many more weeks of school left? All right. So I'm going to show you a one sheet wonder that I did, and then I'll show you how to do something similar. So I've made this little book for my best friend's grandson, and it's a one sheet wonder, but you can use it as a card or a book. All right, and it is a really cute little book. So it's not finished, obviously. It's in progress. So this is a little accordion book. And I've numbered the years 1 through to 10. So he can and I've got to go and get some he's got some Santa photos. So I'm putting some Santa photos in each of the little pages of this book. So it's super cute and it is super easy. So I somehow lost the little heart die. I was using it, and next minute it was gone, and so was the little piece that I cut out. So it's super simple, excuse me, and I am going to show you how to do it. It's super cute, Renat, Kayla, and it's so easy to do. So the one we're doing will be obviously different because this is for Ed, and the other one that I thought we would do, we're going to use, so just use whatever 12 by 12 paper you have in your stash. So I'm hoping that someone will be crafting along. So if you're crafting along, just tell me and we can do each step together. So you really only need the 12 by 12. How you decorate it is a whole other thing. So, oh, well, you've seen it in person, Belinda. Yeah, it is super, super cute. And what I thought, it would make a fabulous, fabulous little recipe book for Christmas recipes, or so like for Ed, it's going to have his Santa photos every year until he's 10, but you don't even have to put them, until he's 9. And I've got a little verse to put in and stuff like that, and a baby photo right at the back. So this is his second Christmas, so I'm excited about that. So I've got my 12 by 12 piece. So what we're going to do first, and I've got to make sure that I'm in the frame, we're just going to make sure that the paper is the right way. So this side here will be the top, right? So, hi Kaz. Oh, you wish you were crafting with me rather than cooking dinner. I haven't even thought about dinner. So I had a beautiful morning with my team member and close friend Belinda this morning, and it was just lovely. And I'm really excited for her. And you could, yes, Belinda, you could document your Christmas day. So I'm just going to line this up on my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. Then I'm going to move it over. So this will be my front cover. Now this is the green. This was an online exclusive, and to be honest, I didn't even check today to see if it's still current. I was relying on Megan to tell me that. My lovely assistant Megan. Not really my assistant. So we're cutting the second one at 4. And then we're just going to check, because sometimes 12 by 12 paper isn't exactly 12 inches. So this one is close enough, but I am going to trim it at 4 as well. Just cut off that little bit. It just makes it easier. All right. So then we're going to turn it the other way. And the 2 pieces we're going to, we've moved our cutting blade out the way. And we're just going to score it at 4. Now you could, if you don't have a trimmer that has a scoring attachment, just use your scoreboard or eyeball it and use your stylus. Now I'm just trying to see, is that bright enough or do we need it brighter? I don't know. I'm playing with my new stand, and it's got a built-in light. So, because I don't like the ring light reflection that you get. Okay, so I've scored this at 4 inches and 8 inches. And I just want to check that it is exactly 12 inches long. Yep, that's all right. So this one we're going to do, it is just something greenery, Megan. Let me have a look. The vellum I know is called Graceful Greenery. Seasons of Green and Gold it's called. So it was an online exclusive, and it is just beautiful because it's got gold foil on it. And I don't know if it's still available in the online exclusives. So, but I'm using it because it's what I had in my stash. And has matching vellum. Oh, we could pop on a new light and let us know. So that one's a bit darker. Well, that's a blue light. I think that looks odd. We'll try the blue light for a second. That's more dull. No, I think we're going to go back to the first one. Oh, that's a really yellow light. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to stop playing with the light and I'm trying to get this one more. Oh, now I've forgotten which one it is. Okay, one last. I think that's it. Alright, so then we're going to do the second sheet. We're going to score that at 4 inches and 8 inches as well. Now, it's a really good tip when you get your scoring blades and cutting blades. Put a little sticker on them with what they are. It's still available. That's great. Hey, Jan! And the vellum's still available as well, I think. Alright. How are you, Miss Jan? You're not too waterlogged out on the boat? Okay, and then we're going to score it again at 8 inches. So you've got 2 pieces that are scored at 4 and 8 inches, and they are 4 inches high by 4 inches long, 12 inches long. Alright, it's even got a remote control, Marnie, but I don't know how to use it. Okay, then we're going to take this very first piece that we had. So this will be the front cover. So I'm thinking I want to have the pretty green bit on the front. And I'm going to do some scoring on this too. So I am going to score it at 3 3/4. And I'll put up the measurements, okay? So the blue light looks good, okay. 3 3/4, and then 3 7/8. So move it across 2 little marks. And it doesn't have to be super precise, as long as you've got it close enough, I think. Then we're going to move it all the way across and score it at 8 1/8. So just that middle one below the, don't know if you can see that, 8 1/8 and 8 1/4. Okay. Right, so we've got all our scoring done. Now, I'm hoping it clears up for you, Jan. So then, this is the front cover. Now you need to make sure that this is kept separate from your other bits. Did I score that properly? Yeah. So you just got to score, fold on those lines. I might have scored that one very well. So you're going to just burnish each of those score lines. Alright. So what this on the cover does is when you've got, it'll give you like a little bit of a, almost like a little spine, I guess. So that it gives your project a bit of room to move. Sometimes it's easier to fold it the wrong way first. Well, technically that's the right way. And I'm just trying to see how it'll have a little spine, sort of like that, if you folded it right. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold it back the other way. Oakley dokley. Alright. So, Kaz and Glenda and... Oh, hi, Sue. Kaz, Glenda and Kayla and Marnie, is it raining where you are? So you got this, it'll end up, this is the front cover, so it'll end up like that. And don't worry about this bit being too big, or too short, okay? It's meant to be shorter so you can easily open it. Alright. Oh, it's snowing in the UK. Oh, how wonderful. Hope the snow sticks around so you have a nice white Christmas. Well, when I was in the UK years ago for Christmas, well, Paris was about 7, and it didn't snow Christmas Day, but it snowed Boxing Day when we were leaving, and all the trains weren't running because we had to go from Hammersmith or somewhere like that. Okay, now don't worry if this doesn't, so we're folding it like an accordion, okay? So Z fold. Alright. Then, rain's protected. It's rained all day here. So this afternoon, after Belinda left, poor Delphi dog went absolutely berserk because there were 2 dogs at our front door, and they were a cross between a Mastiff and a Bordeaux, I think the owner said. But anyway, they were lost, and they had been terrorising the neighbourhood and chasing school kids, and anyway, they found their way to our front door, so we managed to get them inside and get them safe, and they were beautiful dogs, except they jumped up all the time. But anyway, the poor owner, he found us through some Facebook posts and stuff, and he said these dogs, which they were massive, so can you imagine a massive big dog jumping up? And they scaled these 6-foot fences to get out of their yard, and they travelled probably about, I did, Glenda. They travelled about 1.5 kilometres, and the owner I just happened to ring the vet and tell the vet, or ask the vet if I could bring them up, because I thought, they might probably microchipped or something. And they said, oh no, you can't because we're about to close. They can't hold, they can accept lost dogs in the morning, but in the afternoon they can't. It was just too late. So no, Delphi couldn't have a play date with them. So anyway, the rain wasn't good for your building today. But these dogs were wet, and they're beautiful, but they were teenagers, and the poor owner was beside himself. And so when he just happened to call into the vet, he didn't see the Facebook posts, because I did on other community pages and everything. And the poor guy, everybody's bashing him because, in terms of, you've got to secure your dogs. Well, he did. He has 6-foot fences, and they climb on top of each other to get out. And one gets to the top and then drags the other one up. The video footage was very impressive. So what I'm doing here is I'm just attaching these bits. Now, if you wanted to, and I've been thinking about this a lot, you could make this slightly smaller and make the squares slightly smaller, so you just have a little 1/2 inch overlap. But we're doing it exactly this way first. So you do lose a piece. So I'm just putting some tear and tape, and I never use tear and tape, but for some reason there's no glue here. Yeah, always forget something, don't I? Anyway, they did stay together. It was really nice. Thanks for watching, Wendy. Where are you watching from? Hope you're watching from somewhere warm. You might be watching from somewhere cold. That's good too. But yeah, today it's just warm and humid. So here. So anyway, so we're just popping those two together. So you're going to end up with this accordion fold that looks like that. And I do think it's a big waste of a piece, but you know, I think it's going to be okay. It worked okay. It's one less panel you have to decorate. Hey Denise, thanks for watching. Alright. They were very cheeky dogs, and they were so excited to see their owner when he arrived, and like he tried to give me money for keeping hold of them. It's like, oh, it's no big deal, you know. Alright, so now you've got to decide which side you want to have. It doesn't really matter because you can put squares on both sides, but today I'm only doing the front. So I thought I would like to put some square, have this fold out. So when you open it, okay, let's just have a look at this. So this is it. This will be how it closes up. So when you open it, you'll still see that pattern. You could flip it over and you could see this pattern instead, but I think it's too much of the one pattern. Yeah, and the poor dogs are only 18 months old, and so they were teenagers, so they were crazy. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pop this piece in the centre of our cover. So you've got your two score lines, and what you can do is you can fold them back just for now, right? So then you can see where in the centre you want it, where it is that you want it to go. So we want to go in the centre. I wish I knew where my glue was. Should send Steve a message and get him to bring up some glue. He would just roll his eyes and ignore me, you know. All right. Can't even find my take my pick tool, and I bought a new one just for up here. So I'm just going to pop some tear and tape. Now tear and tape is really good for this project in one way, because it's very strong, so it's not going to fall apart. But in another way, it's not really strong. It's not good because you want it to be, you want to have some wriggle room. So you have to be really precise about where you are going to tape, right? So again, let's just go through the measurements. So you've got your 12 by 12 piece. You've cut it into 3 12 by 4 pieces. Okay. Then you've scored 2 pieces at 4 inches and 8 inches. And then you've scored the front piece at 3 3/4. Oh, this is on the long side. 3 3/4, 3 7/8, 8 1/8. And 8 1/4. Alright, so no money. I've just been through the drawers. Oh, I should have checked on the other side. So I've got one drawer that I always put all my stuff in, and on the other side of the desk is another drawer, and apparently that's where Steve puts all my stuff. That's funny. Oh, there's a bone folder in there. There's all sorts of things. There's even a ring light. Oh, there's Seal Plus. Goodness, I might have to have a look in that drawer properly. I didn't even think about opening that other drawer, Marnie. How funny is that? Anyway, doesn't matter. Now, even though I'm gonna put just a little bit. I've just in this, as I said, found the other glue in the other drawer. Just put a little bit of multi-purpose glue on the tear and tape to give me some wriggle room. Okay, this is a bit of a trick I learned from Sharon Dalton, but she does it with dimensionals. And the thing I thought about this is, if you've got beautiful Christmas recipes, this would be a great little cookbook. Like, cocktail recipes, Christmas cocktails, or mocktails, or you could use it, like it doesn't have to be for Christmas, so you could use it, my girlfriend is a gardener, so I could use it to, now remember it's the same width, same height, top and bottom, so you don't have to worry about that. You just need to make sure it's centered. So that looks pretty centered to me. I'll get my bone folder. I'm just gonna go like that with my bone folder. I don't think it's real straight, but that might be the way I folded it. So now I've got the bases of my book. So how easy was that? Really, it was super easy. I just chatted a lot and searched for my product. All right, so now all you need to do is decorate. Now, I didn't, when I posted about we're going live, I didn't tell you what you needed to decorate it, because you can decorate it in all sorts of ways. So this one, because I know that Ed's Santa photos are going to be, I think, 3 by 4. I did these 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, or 4 1/2, something like that. And so, like, I've done it so that I can put photos on, and I've just used the paper from the Sentimental Christmas Suite, whatever that was. Alright, so here I've just got some garden green, some shaded spruce, and I've just cut that to, what have I cut it to? I have cut that to, I thought it was 3 inches, but it might be 3 1/4 inches, around about that. Yeah, 3 1/4 inches, thereabouts. So I've got 3 squares of that. Now, decorating the reverse side is absolutely optional. You don't have to do that. You can make this into a birthday card, all right? There's all sorts of things that you can do. Then I've got 3 squares of, I've got 4 squares of that. 3 squares of the old olive. So let's just stick those on. All right. They are lovely colours, Denise. Who knows? You might see them in your Christmas stocking. Oh, Megan, you had a German short-haired pointer that used to scale your 6-foot fence. My brother had a Weimaraner who did that, and he also had, it was a cross between a Rottweiler and a Lab and a German Shepherd, and they were funny dogs. They used to let burglars in and then not let them out. And then when the burglars would try and go through the front door instead of out the back door, the dogs would be at the front. One would be at the front and one would be at the back. And they'd keep them at home until such time that my brother would get home from work. And so, yeah, they were very, very clever dogs. Delphi wouldn't know how to climb a fence. She can't even walk under the table without freaking out. She doesn't like to go under anything. And she definitely doesn't like to look under the water in the pool. She's that is not her thing. She will let whatever it is sink to the bottom and she will not get it. But I think that's just because she wasn't taught that as a pup. But she loves the water. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. They were cheeky, Marnie. Yes, we did find the owners. Yes, Belinda. Dogs are very, very clever and very cheeky. Okay. Yeah. All right. So are we liking this so far? Like, you're seeing my vision for this? All right. So I'm not going to put anything on the back at this point. We will see about that later. But I am going to put a square over here. And I want to put that there because I'm going to put a piece of white on it and write a message. I don't know whether I'd put white or whether I would put, and the beautiful thing about this paper is it's got little dots on it. So that helps you line it up nice and straight. How cool is that? I love being able to line things up with the dots. All right. So it's a really cute little, so that's the inside is half done. It's not completely done, but so are we liking this so far? It's nice and simple. Oh, what was that? I'm missing a comment. Something about, it's looking good. Someone made a comment and I can't read it on my iPad. Oh, yours is a good, Lily is a good watchdog. She watches them come, and go. You could put quotes in it. Okay. Oh, Marnie, you're regretting not crafting along. It's super easy. I thought it would be really fun. But anyway. All right. So I want to do some stuff with the front. So I've got some vellum. Now this is the matching vellum. And it's called Graceful Greenery. Now I have already got some bits that are die cut. It coordinates with the Golden Greenery stamp set. And I have to say, I was feeling particularly lazy today, so I haven't stamped anything from that set. All right, but I've got a piece of paper from, that's the Seasons of Green and Gold paper. And I want to put that on there so you can see where it opens. So I've just, it is probably about an inch and a half, and I've just folded it in half and used my corner punch to cut out a shape, but you don't have, you could just do a straight bit, and I'm going to glue that on as well. I've scored it down the middle, so that's going to make it easier to see where you open it. Now I've got a bit of the strip of the reverse side of that as well, so I like that. I've got some ribbon, I've got some wild wheat ribbon, which I think goes quite well. It looks a bit gold there, so I thought we might use that. the paper that is from this pattern paper set, it actually has some bits that you can die cut, and other bits that you need to fussy cut. So I have done a bit of die cutting and a bit of fussy cutting today. Got a couple of bells, and I've got some vellum, so that's some of the vellum that I fussy cut because I was too lazy to get out the die cutter. Alright, okay, so I've also got the Greetings of the Season photopolymer stamp set. So you can put pockets in here, and I've cut a couple of tags, and I've cut these tags in soft seafoam because I thought that might be a nice, it's got lots of dies in this set. I don't know if they're all in here. Oh, I don't have any. So these are all sort of, they're all stitched dies. They're messy. I need to put some magnetic sheets in there. If only I had an assistant to do all that sort of stuff for me. Alright, anyway. So I want to put a nice sentiment on the inside, and it will be a Christmas thing. And I like this sentiment: may your holiday be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. So I really like that. And one thing I didn't bring upstairs was some bling, but that's okay. So I've got my May Your Holiday Seas, and I think that would look really nice on a little tag inside. Okay. I think that would be really lovely. So I've got two tags in basic white. I was going to say whisper white. And then I have got you're regretting not crafting along. You could use you could use so many products with this. Like, you could use anything. I like the idea of doing something like this for Valentine's Day, because you could make it 10 things I love about you. That would be awesome. I was going to put this on the front, but what I might do, I might put that there, and then that gives a little bit of a nice bit to hold on to. Alright, let me just put this bit on there. I'll just put it here. So I'm going to pop that piece there, line it up with the edge, and yes, it's too long, but you know what, that's okay, because we have scissors, we can cut it off. It just sort of frames it and makes a definition. So imagine saying it, 10 things I love about you. That would be a really nice project. Or if you've got a friend that's been sick and they, because some people like to record their chemotherapy journey and stuff like that, you could have 10 photos about their journey, or 5 photos. Alright, so I'm thinking I want this bit on the front, because I think the soft seafoam fits in well with the other colours, even though the colours in the set are Old Olive, Wild Wheat, well, I think Old Olive Gold and Shaded Spruce. I think that it's nice, the soft seafoam blends in. Your PA is too far away at the moment. All of them are. All of them are, Marnie. Yeah, I don't know what that is, why that is. Okay. Alright, so you can just like, see, I did a terrible job of die cutting that. And you know, if you cut it like that and you don't want to cut it again, what you can do is you can just get your stamping blend, like you could get the soft seafoam stamping blend and just colour in all that white if you still wanted to use it. Luckily, I've got another piece that's cut a bit better. Not 100% better, but a bit better. I've got these pieces. So it sort of, it matches in. That one's a dodgy one. Jeez. Got that one. So, now you could wrap a ribbon all the way around it. Now I'm just thinking about this one, like I haven't made this one before, so I just was starting with an idea. So these are places to put your photo. What I do want to do is have a teeny little bit that I can pull it open. All right. So I could just grab this little bit of green. And I'm going to put some glue on the back of it. Actually, let's do it the bright side so it's visible. Now you have to, when you're doing these little tag bits, make sure that they don't fold up. So you're only going to need the teeniest bit. So you're seeing my whole creative process here, which isn't pretty. You just need the teeniest bit so that people sort of get the idea that, oh, I've got to pull that. All right. And you want it sort of straight. So, because if you have it much longer than that, you're not going, when it folds up, it's going to be a bit, it's going to bend too much. Okay. All right. So we'll just let's grab my block. One of Steve's practice blocks. Steve's getting very good at engraving blocks, but this was a practice one, so it looks dodgy. Okay. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put this tag here. Let's put it here. I think that would be nice there. We're going to use some shaded spruce. Could use other colours, but I'm using shaded spruce because that's what I've got up here at the moment. Now, I'm not worried that it's got a hole at the top because I'm going to cover that up. Okay, so I've got a piece of foam. So this is like, you know the jigsaw floor tiles that you can get from Clark's Rubber or somewhere like that? That is, oh yes, Megan, with the, 10 things I love about my dog, yes. Well, how could you limit it to 10, Kayla Renee? Yeah, I think, so these are jigsaw tiles that you can get from, they go on the floor. They use them at daycare centres, and I got them at Clark's Rubber to cut them down into 4 pieces. So I have them underneath my, I got them to cut them to size, so I could have, and you get 4 out of a puzzle square, and you can, you've always got a piece of foam underneath it. Oh, yeah, marble paper, that would be really good, that marble paper. Oh, I had 2 cards to show people tonight, and they're downstairs on the table because I've got a lovely card from Miss Kayla. No, Miss Megan and a lovely card from Miss Anne. And so yeah, I wanted to share them, but they're on the bench. So yeah, I'm just going to glue this down right here. And I'm going to make sure it's an equal distance between that edge there and that there, and center it top to bottom, or thereabouts. I'll move it over this way a little bit. And then I've got my bell that I've already cut. I've got a smaller bell. I cut a smaller bell. I'm sure I did. Ah, dear. Oh, well, we'll just use the big one. I'm sure I cut the small one. I spend half my life looking for things that I've lost, you know. Oh, there it is. There's the small one. So I'm just going to put the small one at the top, just because it's just that little bit small, tinier. And we can put a piece of the, put a piece of the vellum, but it's a piece that's been cut off. So I don't want to do that. I'm not worried about cutting it off even more. Maybe not. I'm going to cut it a bit more. Doesn't matter if it overlaps. I'm just going to cut that. Cut it there. And that'll go across the top edge. You can cut a little bit more off it. Just to... So don't throw away the edge pieces of your paper. Like when you're cutting your vellum and all of that sort of stuff. Don't throw away those edge pieces, because they're really good on a project like this. And what you can do with this one now is you can just fold it out that way. And then you can see what you're doing a bit better. They're really good for this sort of thing. And you don't need a lot of glue on here. And I'm okay with putting glue on because I know that part of it's going to be covered up. I'll just put that bell that way. And we've got, like, I fussy cut that. If I had have die cut it, that little circle would have been out of the centre. Okay. So I used to always throw away the edge pieces, but in recent years, well, actually in the last 6 months, I've been educated that that isn't something that I need to do. All right, so that's our little bit that opens out there. Got this bit that's going to go here. Now we want our front cover. Now you could we're going to put a little pocket on this one. Now I've got a little bit of a scrap. And we want a contrasting one. So I've just got this little piece of scrap here. I just want to put a little pocket. So you could put a little gift card in that. So we know that the maximum width we want it will be from this point here to that fold. So let's just use our grid paper to measure that. So really we want it to be maximum 2 3/4 inches, all right? You're falling asleep, Marnie. Oh, goodness me. they've been more helpful in this while you're sick than your humans. Yes, I get that, Kayla. I get that. All right. So I want to, with my pocket, I want to make it 3 inches wide. And I think I want to make it about 2.5 inches tall. So I'm going to make it 2 3/4 inches wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece that is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. No, 3 1/2. 3 1/2. Yeah, 3 1/2. Oh, no, let's leave it 3 3/4. So it's going to be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. All right. Okay. We're then going to score it on 3 edges. So we're going to score it at 1/2 inch on the left and the right side, 1/2 inch on the bottom, and then 1/2 inch. So you'll see. All right. Oh goodness, waking up at 4:45 a.m. I know what that feels like. So I fold it the opposite way to where the groove is, and when you do that, what it does is it doesn't tear the paper fibers. All right, and you get a crisper, cleaner. So it's going to be a nice little pocket that you can put a gift card in. All right, so we're going to do just grab our scissors. We're just going to cut that across like that on an angle. Cut that on an angle. Going to miter these little bits at the top, so cut them on a little bit of an angle so you can't see them, and grab our tear and tape. Well, you don't need to use tear and tape, but it's just easy. I'll pop it. Maybe I'll do it over under the camera. That would be useful. I'm getting used to working out where the camera is. All right. Lucky I know Marnie, and I wasn't offended that she was falling asleep. I know that she's tired. Otherwise we'd go, oh goodness, my Facebook Live is so boring that people fall asleep. That's dreadful. So do we have anyone watching us from the US today? I don't think we do. I was hoping we would. Got a couple of friends in the US who said they'd watch. Oakley dokley. Yeah. So I'm very excited for next week. I'm going out to the Christmas tree farm with my mum for her birthday. So I'm very, very excited. So it's out at the Granite Belt at Stanthorpe, and since I was there last time, they built this big, big barn. And so I'm very excited to, because Mum hasn't been there before. And my sister Linda, she was there for her 60th a couple of months ago. So we're very much looking forward to taking Mum and having fun with her, because Mum loves Christmas just as much as I do. I know you might not think that's possible, but it definitely is. Okay, so we've got a little pocket. You could probably make that a bit smaller. Let's just see that it fits a gift card in it. Or a frequent flyer card. That's my frequent flyer card. I'll just pop that in there. So that fits in nicely. So it's right, exactly the right size. All right. So now we better finish the front. Hey Judy, thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're recovering well. All right. Oh, before I close that, I want to put a little, something like for you or something on there, because we want it to be pretty. So I've got my Greetings of the Season stamp set. And it does have a for you in there somewhere. I don't think I've used that yet. Oh, there we go. Just put this one on the top of there so I remember to clean it. Again, I've got some, I have got the, what colour is that? Soft sea foam. And I'm using shaded spruce ink. I'll just hold that on there for a second because I know I haven't used it. I'm going to go for you there. Now, when I was thinking about decorating this, I actually had not a clue how I would decorate it. And I think this looks quite cute there. So we want everything on the inside of our card to be very, very flat. Okay? Because if it's not flat, it's going to be too bulky. All right? So although you can add lots and lots of layers and die cuts and all of that, you just want it to be nice and flat. Well, as flat as possible, so no dimensionals on the inside, because otherwise you're going to run into problems when you try and close it. So we've got all these bits here. That's nice there. I could do 12 pictures of 12 different Christmases, or if I was doing it for my friend Denise, I could do something about the times that we've celebrated Christmas together, or all her grandchildren's Santa photos or something like that. So you can do all sorts of things, or you could do this one for a gardener. Now, when I did this, I didn't think about how this might show up, but I'm okay with that because I think it just gives you a sneak peek of something else that's inside. You might choose to move that over, and that's okay too. All right, we need a sentiment for the front. Now, this one that I originally made for Ed, I didn't, and it's funny, most of the time we don't call him Ed, we call him Boo Boo or Teddy, or so he gets called all sorts of names, but his name is Edward. So yeah, I didn't put a ribbon around that, but I want to put a ribbon around this one. And so I've got this beautiful shaded spruce ribbon, and so you can put the ribbon around so that when you can use it to close it. Another thing you could do is you could have put a magnet underneath that and a magnet underneath that, so it always snaps closed. But I'm going to pop this around and just tie it. Just tie it. I'm not going to glue it in place just yet. Now, yes, I'm tying it upside down, and I will trim it all off. I just want to get an approximate amount of ribbon so I can start placing things where I want them. Okay, so I've got some tear-in tape. I know that I want to put this in the centre, so I can do a bit of tear-in tape across the ribbon in the centre, and that'll hold it. Now you don't want to necessarily, well, you might not want to. I generally don't put ribbon on the back, but you could, like, that's up to you. I don't attach it to the back, that's what I mean. So, but you could. All right, there's nothing stopping you. So we're going to find a sentiment, let's say, let's say Merry Christmas. No, it's Season's Greetings, that's just one stamp. Or, I wonder if the most wonderful time of the year fits in there. It might not. No, it doesn't. Now, you know, some people cut up their photopolymer and their rubber stamps, but I'm not going to do that. I still can't bring myself to do that, but it's okay that you do, right? If you want to cut up your stamps, there is nothing stopping you from doing that. Okay, there's no rule that says that you cannot cut your stamps. All right, so we're going to just say Merry Christmas on the front. So and again, I'm just stamping with the shaded spruce. And I'm centering my Christmas one first. Sometimes cutting your stamps actually makes them even more versatile. Like, people cut their rubber stamps all the time and I go, oh, I just can't bring myself to do it. So are you a stamp cutter or a non-stamp cutter? That's what I want to know. What did you say? Good night, Jen. I hope you have a good night's sleep and it's not too rocky. Thanks, Judy. Oh, hi, Steph. Thanks for watching. All right. So it's coming together nicely. Now, I haven't decided what I'm going to put in it, whether I'm going to put cocktail recipes or whether I'm going to put photos of my girlfriend's grandkids, or whether I'm going to put stuff about our Christmases that we've spent together. But anyway, we'll see. All right. So because this is a front, we can and we will put some dimensionals. But before we do, I'm going to use this wild wheat ribbon. Now this is from, I don't know what this is from, whether it's from the annual catalogue or the mini. I think it's from the mini catalogue. And it looks gold. Like, I am not a fan of wild wheat. But I was with a demo recently, and Anne, and she told me that I needed to embrace the gold look of wild wheat. That's not her exact words, but that's what she meant. And so here I am using wild wheat, and I have to say I've used wild wheat for several of my projects that we're doing at Saturday's class. Now, I still have a couple of spots left for Saturday. Now, it is a fast makes class, so we're making at minimum 5 cards. Well, I'd say minimum. Depends how quickly people work. We're making 5. I'm saying we're making 5 cards. If we get time, we'll make more. If we don't get time to make all 5, they'll be able to take those 5 home. The ones we don't take home. And it's all around pattern paper. All right. So, and it's about making our making quick cards using pattern paper and letting the pattern paper do all the work. All right, there we go. So we've got our wild wheat on there. I think the little things are too long, so let's just trim them down a bit. There we go. Whoops, that's the wrong angle. Oh, my niece. Okay. So you've got to have the angles right. All right. So I think it's really coming together. It is a good, I think that is a great thing for her to show off for her grandkids, Wendy. I agree. It would be a great thing for a grandmother. My mum has too many grandkids to fit them all in. She has, I think she's got 14 first generation and 4 for the next generation. I think that's how it goes. She's got grandkids and step grandkids and yeah, so, and she loves them all so very dearly, even when they're being painful. So, alrighty. So, I've got my ribbon there. I'm going to so I put my thing on with dimensionals, my sentiment, and then I can start popping the other bits that I want behind it. Now, I don't know. I could have stamped bits, but I don't know. I think I like just using letting the pattern paper do all the work. And you only put glue on the very bottom end of the pattern paper. And you just slide it in underneath. And then you can wriggle it to where you want it to go. And it doesn't matter if it goes off the top. Okay. Gonna pop that there. I've got this bit that's got a bit of vellum. Might pop the bit of vellum on the top there. So it's sort of coming together. Oh, how about we do, oh no, that is the right size. It's a bit hard sometimes to tell which is the right side of the vellum. Got this beautiful gold bit here. I'm going to pop that there. Well, now, sometimes your die cuts or your fussy cutting have got bits that you don't want to use. So just be brutal. Use your scissors and cut the bits off that you don't want. You can always pop those little bits out elsewhere. So I'm just going to pop that there. And I can pop this little, I'm not going to waste it. I'm just going to pop that behind there. Okay. Cut off that wonky bit. Just pop that behind there. Just on an angle. And I didn't want to put too much height on it, just a little bit. Now I'm going to cover the whole back of this with vellum so I don't get any, and this is where this other end is useful because you just spread it, right? So you see so some people don't know that the multi-purpose glue has two ends, right? So you just use this to spread it evenly. And I'm making a mess of it here. Try not to get it on my fingers, but gonna pop that there as well. So there we go. I've got some other vellum bits that I could, so you've got all sorts of vellum that you could put on the inside. I think that that's just enough for now. Now, as I said before, I generally don't put any glue on the back to hold my ribbon in place, but I am going to break my own rule today, and I am going to put a bit, but I've got a piece of, I'm just going to use a bit of the tear and tape. Okay, we're all still with me. I know it's a bit longer tonight. Just going to use a bit of the tear and tape. Oh, it just made that look really hard. Sorry about that. I'm going to pop it over the top there. Right. So it's just holding it down. So it's not going to really move at all. Then I can get a couple of extra bits of die cuts that I've got. And we're just going to stick them. I might use this one. That's a nice one. Just going to stick that in place over the top. So that then, I'll make Megan happy and I'll close this up. Then it's not going to move, right? So these little extras of adding a little extra on the back just makes it better, a little bit better. And then you can also put, like if you've got your own little if you've got a little stamp and you want to put that on the back, you could do that. Or you could use, so on the inside, like I'm not putting it, oh, I better trim that off. On the inside, what I will do, once I have decided what I'm putting in it, I will go through and get some more of these bits from my vellum or whatever and use them to hold those down. So you could have a whole, you could put your journaling on the back of, on some white. You could make it just a journal if that's what you wanted. So that is my One Sheet Wonder book. I think that it looks okay without a lot of bling on it, and I think that I'm unsure about having two ribbons on it, but I'm going with it anyway. I'll just pull that in there. And you want to just trim that off about there. When I fix this up here, you can just tie, actually we'll just tie it like that. So that is my little book. I hope you like it. I'll take a photo of the instructions so that you can, because I even typed them out. How good is that? Look, I'll prove it. I even typed them out. I think that worked out really well. You could put more bling on it. You could make it a lot more decorative. Like the paper is very, very busy, so you have to be a little bit careful of how much you put on it. I'm quite liking stamping on the soft sea foam instead of the white. I really think that it's a fun project to make. And look, it just, because it is a fun project to make, and it doesn't really take long, like you can, hi Fiona, oh we're just finishing. We just did a one sheet wonder project with a piece of 12 by 12 paper and some offcuts from some pattern paper. So this one I only stamped twice or 3 times. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I really like the way that it's turned out. So you can use, so this one I'm going to put square photos in. The other one, the sample that I did for my girlfriend's grandson, it is going to have 3 by 4 inch photos in it. But it's a work in progress, so I'm pretty happy with that. And this one I used, see what I mean when I said you've got to be careful of how much you have overlapping. So this is, I use keeping tabs, a tab punch to do that. And got a bit wet. And it folds, but because of the way that it is, it folds over. Oh, I need to dry that out. I stuck it next to my drink, not knowing my drink was there. All right, I hope you like it, and I hope that you will give it a try and send me a photo. Like, it's not going to take you very long to make it. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm really glad that you all took your time on a Tuesday night / Tuesday morning if you're in the US, or Monday night, Monday morning, I don't know, must be Monday morning in the US, and Tuesday morning in the UK, I think that's what it is. Yeah, so thank you all for watching, really appreciate it. And some of you I will see on Saturday. I do have a couple of spots left in our Fast Makes class. And the actual projects that we're making, we will decide those on Saturday. I've prepped so many different options. So I'm really hoping that, and whatever options we don't use, they will be part of our mystery boxes that are coming out for Black Friday. So if you haven't heard of my mystery boxes before, I'll have 2 options. One will be a $99 option and the other one will be a $49 option. And they have retired stamp sets, they have class kits, they have embossing folders, they have dies, all sorts of things. Whatever I can fit in the box, that's what goes into a mystery box. And they're like a surprise. And a lot of them are pre-loved, but like if you got, it might have, most of them would have either rubber stamps or photopolymer stamps. A couple do have wooden stamps, but they come with the cling adhesive, so you convert, and instructions on how to convert them to cling stamps. So there's punches, there's all sorts of things in these boxes, and I just fill them up. So if you're interested in a mystery box, they will be released next Friday. So, and there'll be a limited number. All right. So everyone else have a great week. See some of you at class, and until next time, happy creating and bye for now.